as can be.
So I'm here with Tom Sitati of Brand Integrated and Felix Lati of Lexicon Designs, and they gave an amazing presentation on branding at the East Africa Property Investment Summit yesterday. And maybe you could just share with us what you covered and sort of the perspectives you have as far as real estate is concerned in East Africa, starting maybe with you, Tom.
Okay, what we're actually trying to do is relate two things which may be unrelated to some people. That is brand on one hand, on the other hand, real estate, which within it is architecture.
Okay, and your perspective, Felix?
My role in the presentation was to show how once you have your brand sorted out, you need to translate it into built form. So that was what I was doing. I was basically used examples in architecture to show you how once you have your brand, you translate that into the built form, and so that your real estate project is consistent from the moment you conceive it until you build it. So you deliver what you promised. And that was basically the premise of our presentation, that your brand is a promise, and you have to keep referring back to that brand in order to deliver a good product, a good real estate product, and have a good reputation in the market.
Tom, from your perspective, I mean, being in the branding space for so many years, where do you see this going in the next 2 to 5 years? How important will branding be for the real estate space?
I think real estate is still in a place where the players are spoiled, I would say. Spoiled because there's huge deficits, and because of huge deficits, it's practically you're almost at a point where almost anything you put up, without necessarily being clear about it, without being even honest about it, will probably sell, will probably get tenants. But we're starting to get to a point where that is maybe turning around. Not that I don't think there's a bubble, but it's turning around where now you need to be more competitive. And if you need to be more competitive, there's nothing more powerful than being clear about what your brand is and consistently delivering on it through the built environment, not just before you sell and when you sell, but also through the life of that particular built environment, be it a house, a mall, whatever it is.
A good example is the current number of high-grade malls that have opened in a very short period of time. Now, those malls are all competing based on what they are offering the shoppers an experience. And the mall that will be most successful is the one that will be able to sell their brand best. And that's a built environment. If you look at the different malls that we have, there are some, and I'm not going to name names because I hate enemies, that look much better than others. And
Absolutely.
when you enter them, you get a much better experience. So you can see where there was a clear brand and it was followed through consistently. And others, it's not so clear. So you have the problem with the way it came out.
Okay, you can't even see how they managed, and that comes from them having very clear through their whatever brand they're creating
and the experience.
What are we trying to create right through? So it's not that here's the mall, fill it with tenants, and then we're good. We're collecting rent. There's much more to that.
And Felix, do you find that it's a challenge getting clients to understand how the brand experience is so important in these spaces?
Well, clients are different. But what is consistent is a client who knows what they want is the easiest one. When a client comes to you and they generally don't know what they want, or it keeps on changing from day to day, then you have a very difficult time with clients. There are some clients who are very clear, and those you tend to find are the ones we end up with very successful projects with very little stress, and everything goes seamlessly. But it's somebody who keeps on chopping and changing every now and again, then it becomes very difficult to keep the product good. We do try, but sometimes you end up with trouble. You end up with a product that is not as good as it could have been because there was all this changing as you moved along.
So many final words?
I think from what Lati has just said, a lot of it, what he's just described as a situation where there's no clarity. And it's becoming more and more apparent. If there's no clarity, you end up with a hodgepodge, something chaotic, which is unlikely to deliver because there's nothing as bad for a customer, whether it's a renter or the end user, than something that you're not quite sure. As human beings, we're not quite sure what's happening. What do? We keep off. That's why I think what Lati has said, if somebody is very clear, that reflects back to what kind of brand they want to create, then it becomes much easier to deliver just, I mean, at the beginning and right to long term.
So, Tom, Felix, thank you very, very much. Appreciate it, and we look forward to having you some point in the future to talk about more around, the brand experience as far as real estate in East Africa is concerned. Thank you.